in our special board meeting. And at this time, we will be discussing the restart of the new hospital and concerns regarding that. Who would like to start the conversation? Made a motion to continue this discussion and make some kind of action today. So Jordana, you had concerns. May I hear from you?
Well, unfortunately, the time in between these two meetings was pretty much the weekend, so it didn't really give a lot of business time to either do or contact additional people. I did ask for Vicki and Tom to provide September's financial statements. I then did share those with you all. They weren't pleasant. It's not comforting. I am of the strong feeling that the board directed the facilities committee to bring back a hospital design that was under the budget of 46.5. You've not done that, and I don't feel that there's a clear path to making up that difference and continuing to be able to function for the current facility to function as it needs to. I feel that we have still a fair amount of unanswered questions, which places me in the position that I'm really not ready to move forward with this vote.
Mary Signorelli? You're muted. Oh, there you go.
Well, guess we've been asked to make a decision today. We were asked last week to make a decision about moving the design forward so that we can move forward with this program in order to stay on target. And I realize that I don't know if we're going to ever be 100% absolutely positively in a place that's going to satisfy our accountant or a number of other people who want to see some perfectly exact numbers. I guess I'm not trying to act reckless, but I'm trying to act responsibly for this community. And I would like to see us not have on the other side of another pause an excruciating larger amount that we have to hurdle. And I guess I'd like to give us this opportunity to move forward with our design, to move forward with our architects and our construction people, and get to the point where we can get closer to our target and see where we are once we're closer with our design and our project.
Are you suggesting that the design is still under?
The design is not ready to be permitted, and that's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to go to permitting. They were going to go today, I guess, and start that permitting process. We keep waiting and not moving this forward. We're going to be the design is where it's going to be, and it is continually being tweaked if we need to tweak it. It's not tweaking that's going to cause a whole new redraw. But right now, there's another step before we can get the permitting done, and it's not on what's going to be there. It's the way they have to present it to get the permitting process done, and present it to the health department. There are other things that have to be done to it. It's not in its final stage.
I'm sorry, but I was always under the impression that when you go to permit, it is with a final product.
Well, it is with the final product, Jordana, but
You just
there's
said
things,
tweaking.
if there are things in there that the permitting that need to be tweaked with between that and the permitting, they're going to do that. If they say, no, well, you're off right here or on this or that, it's not like they're going to redraw the whole program. The program's there, the hospital's there. We
Okay.
know what it
Yeah.
consists of.
Dick, would you please clarify that question about the permitting process?
Yeah, okay, so can everybody hear me? I just went unmute. So essentially what we're asking for is the approval to move forward to finish the design. We're in the early stages of construction documents, which is about a 3-month period or a 3-month phase of finishing the design, which at that point, when it's finished, then you submit it to the Department of Health and the city and USDA for permitting, for plan review and permitting, which is about a 2 or 3 month activity. In conjunction and parallel with that effort, we need to complete the design so that our construction manager, GCCM Boughton Construction, can go out for competitive bids and establish a guaranteed maximum cost for the project, which we don't know at this point. So there's 2 parallel actions that we're asking for as a result of releasing and getting approval from the board to move forward with finishing the design. That's finish the design to submit for permit in January, and for Boughton to release the documents, the working drawing documents to the vendors and subcontractors to establish a guaranteed maximum price, which we would expect to have in April. This is all driven by the opportunity to start construction in the spring of 2021, and with the target of enclosing the building for the winter of 2021, which would be ideal. Does that clear up the schedule?
The schedule, yes, but not my question, I guess, is what you're asking us today is to approve a plan that is $1 million, $2 million over budget at this point in time.
No, what we're asking for is the approval to move forward and complete the design.
The design that is $2 million over budget.
Okay, George, I've received today an updated budget for the new facility. Would you explain a little bit more about that budget that you submitted?
I'm sorry, that was today?
I think it was today.
I-
Or am I just catching up on my emails?
Yeah, I did not submit a budget today.
Friday? Friday.
Yeah, Friday, yes.
Yeah, I thought I got something on Friday.
Yeah, that budget is also over budget, but not as much as the one we received 2 days earlier.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, so we had a presentation on that budget that was sent to us Friday.
yeah.
That's
I
what
thought
you saw Friday.
We got something after that, I thought.
No.
Okay, Mary Murphy.
Guess I have to go back. We started 3 years ago, when healthcare conditions were different and funding was different, and there was more use of hospitals. All these have changed significantly, and that happened even before the pandemic. So we're looking at the new realities of operating in healthcare. I'm concerned because the hospital's not able to cover its costs now with just the operations that we have now. And I know that there's plans for improvement. I know we were told that we needed to have $160,000 additional per month in order to pay the debt back. I'm not seeing any progress toward that goal. And that's very concerning to me. And I think it's very difficult for me to move forward knowing it's going to put us further behind financially and in the end jeopardize the survival of a hospital. I really think that there's a great deal at stake here, a great deal at risk. And I know that the target is set because of some USDA loan deadline, but I don't feel that that's been adequately addressed in terms of extending that loan beyond the September 2022. So, but I'm being asked to vote based on what I know today, and what I know today, I would have a very difficult time supporting moving forward.
Okay, Fred? Are you there, Fred?
Okay, now I'm unmuted again.
Okay,
I would be very concerned with doing something like we did before with the pause. I think the numbers that we're looking for or have to get, we can't have until we move forward. As Dick said, this is a multi-process steps. And all along the way, we'll have points where we'll have to make that decision. Is it going to work or is it not going to work? Is it going to be too expensive or will it fall within budget? The other side that Mary points out, Mary M, that we have to be making $160,000 more a month. A lot of that will come through the Medicare reimbursements with the higher depreciation of the new building. The basic thing is we don't know yet because we haven't gone far enough to find out yet what the ultimate figures and stuff are going to be. So I think we should continue to move forward on each front, getting the numbers we need through construction drawings and out to bid, and also with the appropriate people working on the operations of the hospital to get back to profitability. I don't think moving forward on one or the other is wise. We need to move forward on both fronts. And hopefully they'll converge in a positive way. If not, we have a decision to make next spring. That could be a very big one.
okay, and I'm of the stances that, again, we do not have enough information at this time to create a final solid budget. There's too many variables yet to come down the pike, and the only way we're going to be able to identify with those is to move forward with the design and find out exactly what we are going to be presented with. So therefore, I'm willing to go forward and take a little bit of a risk.
May I ask if the question I asked on Friday in regards to cutting out the 2 med-surg and the LDR rooms would at least bring the hospital under budget?
Was it considered? No, the facility committee has not met to review that potential. We would be meeting again before too much longer, and we have a scheduled meeting twice a month. And we've not had an opportunity to meet to assume that yet. Dick, was anyone able to come up with the cost of what that proposal would be if we eliminated one of the med-surg and was it 1 or 2, Jordana? 2 med-surg and 1
Well,
LD?
Yeah, if you kind of draw a line across, it looks like
Right,
you could do that,
right.
but I don't know, because I don't
Yeah,
pretend to be an architect.
yeah. Dick, was
Well, yeah, I would ask Craig Shelby from Boughton to indicate what he looked at there as far as square footage. It's probably about a $400 a square foot deduct. If we had the square footage, we can give you a rough order of magnitude on that. But again, there's a lot of variables within that. And I think it takes a little further study to come up with a more effective number.
okay. Craig, are you on the line? I guess,
Well,
Guess not.
it's not just that number, it's the effect of that removal too. What those, what that square footage would do to operations. I think
Well,
that
and
it's
on-
more than just pure square footage.
I understand that too. On that note, George sent us all a message in regards to what our daily average census was. We're, as I recall, without the sanctuary, which is where we're at. You know, the inpatient sanctuary, daily without sanctuary is averaging less than 2 per day. And total with swing bag looks like 4.61.
Correct.
So, I mean, I'm just trying to go into the project below budget. Because I know that when we get started, it's, you know, you just never build something on budget. And we just don't have the contingencies to screw this up. It concerns me that the preliminary September statements show a $650,000 loss. That's a big number. That's a really big number in a month that we generally make money, or at least break even, September. So I don't see where this additional plan is coming from. Part of this too, when you talk about getting out the square footage, is as a lot of the estimates were based on, you know, 3 operating rooms and 2 orthopedics, and we're down to 2 operating rooms, and we can't seem to keep 1 orthopedic completely busy right now at this time. So it concerns me, you know, if I just think, well, what do we do now, and are we going to do it there exactly the same?
Well, we're looking at 2 years down the road, and we're looking at building for the future. And that's my concern is, you know, are we gonna keep whittling away at this until we don't have what we need when we get there? So I just, you know, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's down the road, but I know that this community is growing, and it's growing very rapidly. And what we have now and what we're doing now is not going to be what we're going to be doing in the future. And we'll be probably doing it a lot differently too. But all I'm saying is I'm willing to move forward at this point.
And all I'm saying is I'm prioritizing our current operations and getting those in line over making a decision today to move forward. I'm not saying I don't want a new hospital, because I most certainly do. I just think our timing is off. And if that means we have to renegotiate with the USDA, that may be
Well,
more work, but I'm willing to do it.
I think we do that also. I think we don't not do that. I think we have to do that also. But I think we have to keep this project moving along.
Mary Murphy, did you have something you wanted to share? Oh, I thought I heard you. I'm sorry. Jordana, go ahead.
I
Okay. Any last words of wisdom, Fred?
No, I said my piece and I've listened to everybody, so I'm
Okay,
ready to vote, have a motion.
then the chair will entertain a motion.
I move that we move forward with the hospital project and keep it on target at this point.
Okay, a second. Is there a second to the motion?
All second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the hospital project be moved forward as scheduled. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, so the vote is 3-2. The motion carries. So any other discussion regarding the new hospital? Okay, then at this time, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone.
Thank you. Thanks.